Oh, did you do something?
Hola!
Morena!
Hello!
Welcome to Stitcher Wives.
Hey.
We're here on this beautiful Friday, the 23rd of May, just hanging out in the bush. Oh goodness, we're not even a minute in, guys. 20 seconds in and we're already in fits of laughter.
We're already making bush jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
So nothing much has changed. If you've seen our other floss tubes, you know this is what we're like. Let's do a round of names. Hey?
John, Jacob, Jingleheimer, Schmidt,
Timothy, Sarah,
Sally, Jesse, Raphael.
Okay, now for real life. I'm Nancy, kia ora. I'm a stitcher of the things. These are my friends Kristy and Sarah.
Hola.
And off screen we've got our friend Sally, who might laugh occasionally as we talk about our stitching. So it's been a little over a month.
A hot minute it's been.
Yeah, since our last video. And so we'll try and show you all some updates of where we're at on projects, maybe some new starts if there's any new starts in there, and yeah, we'll just go from there.
See.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Shall I start? Because I've got many. Okay.
Statistically speaking. Yes.
Statistically speaking. So we'll start with the Jelly World. It is the 2025 Stitch Along with Heaven and Earth Design. Last time we will insert photo of where it was, and it was at 24,205 stitches. We are now
Holy
at
jelly balls.
Drum roll, please.
31,865 stitches, which puts me at 7,660 stitches since last time we filmed, and we have completed the full top row of pages. So I believe last time I had completed page 3, which must have been somewhere around here. We've now finished page 4 and the little stripper page 5, which was only 9.
Stripper. Sorry.
Yeah, just a little 9 columns, 9 something rather.
is
A
that
little
good
9.
black behind it?
Oh yeah, props. Go for that. There you go. So this is where Jelly World is at. I'm planning on coming down back to the left hand side to stitch along because I've currently got the next 3 pages from there across to here. And so I will be stitching those ones. And then when's the next installment? Is July maybe halfway through the year? Yeah. There'll be another 4 pages we'll get to release them. So then I can carry on stitching. So this one's kind of been put on pause for a little while because of other things I've been working on. But it will go back onto the Q-snap and the frame, and there will be more stitches. And that is Jelly World.
I think the back looks quite fabulous as
Should
well.
we also show the back?
I vote yes.
Okay. It's
I
quite
almost
dense.
like the back better. It looks like it's inside the jelly. So.
It's quite densely stitched. There's the back. Much travelling because I'm a cross-country stitcher. My cross-country seems to be work on one colour throughout the page that I'm working on until I run out of thread so I can make it travel to the next page and then I pick up the next colour. So that's how I do my cross-country stitching. I have tried other methods but I'm not very good at them and that's what I like, so that is what I do. And that is Jelly World. Next one. My next one is Schitt's Creek Sampler. That was a WIP Go call the other month, which I've actually given up on at the moment, WIP Go, because of other projects. They seem to take priority. So Schitt's Creek was at 5,078 stitches. Looked like this. There's just a dog in the background opening doors. It's okay. That's Kira. And it is now here. May I borrow your jersey again? I probably just gave it back to you.
I think Sarah had it.
So yeah, I have put in I've put in 1,112 stitches over the last month, and it is now here. So it was a WIP Go piece, like I mentioned, and the goal was either to work on it for 5 days or 1,000 stitches, and I think I did both those things. So I worked on it for at least 5 days and got over the 1,000 stitches. And I don't know the percentage, but it's still many stitches.
It's a lot.
And that's where we're at on Schitt's Creek. The next one I'm not actually going to show anyone because it's going to go in our exhibition. So the Embroiderers Guild that I am a part of, Sarah's part of, Sally's part of, Kristy has been in the past.
But
Yeah, not currently, but that's all good. We have these times in life, right? Join things, leave things. The exhibition, however, is happening in June, which is next month, so it must be about a month away. And the piece that I am putting into that one is, one of the pieces is a galaxy, so the photo of what it will look like stitched is here. And last time I was at 4,784 stitches. It's now complete, which is 13,200 stitches, meaning I have done 8,416 stitches in the last month on that piece, which is
while working full time.
yeah.
Turns out, if you want Nancy to do something, you get her partner to dare her that she can't.
Yeah. I might be a little bit competitive.
And bet a box of beer on it, yeah.
I mean, it's not even that big of a prize, and I can buy my own box
It's
of
pride.
beer.
It's pride.
It's the pride, right?
Yeah.
The pride
And I
is-
needed to beat him for that reason, and I did successfully. And the week that I had to complete it in, I'd forgotten that I was actually going to be out for a whole day having a back tattoo, so working on the back piece. And then one of the kids got sick, and then I booked a cousin date so I could go hang out with my cousin one evening. So that also chewed into Stitchy time. So he continued to say, yeah, go do all of the things, because he was hoping I wouldn't win the bet, but I still managed to do it. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. And once the exhibition is over and done with, I will show it on here for any of our viewers who are keen to see the stitched up piece. Does anybody else? Do you want to show yours, Sarah? Yours is out of QSnap.
Yeah, well, last time we talked, I was finishing the aquarium and talking about a possible new start. This is the new start. Look at it, look at it, look at it.
It is so cool.
It is. I am absolutely in love with my lady garden.
It is so gorgeous.
Speaking of
What
bushes,
number is your colour? What is it?
It's 3808 DMC on a piece of Ada that I got from the op shop.
So good.
Which is, I'm not a big fan of coloured Ada, especially like dyed or, but this is sort of got a coffee-like weave, would you say? Almost like a natural texture to it.
I think it used
like
to
a
be called
Hessian.
fiddler's cloth.
I don't call it that.
So my lady garden is on fiddler's cloth.
Thanks, Sally.
Thank you.
Just a historical perspective.
I love it so much. So
Look, I'll hold up what it will look
so
like.
that's the
until it seems
pattern.
it's, printed
Yeah.
off.
So I'm working on, done the top panel and I'm working on the middle panel as we speak. I love it so much.
And you wouldn't know how many stitches you've done or percentage because of
I
the
simply
issues.
refuse to use an app.
And do you want to explain to the people what you often opt to do instead of even using a printed pattern?
I do one part of the pattern and then hope that it's geometric and then just copy the pattern over. And, and then every now and then I'll yell out, fuck, it's not symmetrical, and then I have to do some frogging. But you know, I like to live on the edge.
Absolutely.
I like to, I just love it so much. I've just started some peacocks, and there's floral. Yeah, I love it.
It's so
Anyway,
gorgeous.
that's my lady garden for the world to see. That's my new start.
So good. Your new start that's almost finished. And who knows, by next floss tube it may be finished.
Who knows?
And you'll
Yeah,
have to
she's
have found
pretty
another one.
alright.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So gorgeous.
I love it.
That colour. And the colour looks so different, we found. So
Yeah.
I've used the same colour but on
The private stitch that she's
yeah.
showing
So
anyone.
and that's on
She's
the
rude.
black. That's on the black fabric, and the
Mhm.
color looks so different. even
Very
though it's just a
different
3808.
on the coffee.
Yeah. I think
The
you need
fiddler's
fiddler's
cloth.
cloth.
The fiddler's cloth.
The cloth
And
of
I'm
fiddling.
also thinking about maybe sometimes when people do a Longdog sampler, if they just do one colour, they randomly put another colour in.
Mm.
So I'm thinking maybe in like the squares that are have a gap, like in the fruit and in some of the flower holes, that's the technical term, I might
Obviously.
do a white, like a bright white, or a silver
Oh yeah.
to like make it, or even a really light blue just to make it pop a bit.
Nice. Well, we're excited to see that come
Thanks,
along.
Nancy.
So nice. Shall I go with my next one, and then do you want to show yours?
Yeah,
You're probably
okay. I'll
almost
just
to the edge, Jay.
mark off my. I'm always at the edge.
Well, I'll show Saga. So,
Bingo.
every month, we I am trying to put in 100 stitches per number of the month. So probably I've put in the 500 from May already.
Say that again. The number of stitches of the month.
Times 100. So we're the fifth month of the year.
Oh, okay.
Times 100. So I try to put in 500 stitches on it this month
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600.
as we go through the year, so that then I get a decent percentage on it over the course of the year to finish it in a minimum of 3 to 4 years from now.
Because that's another bet
it is.
with
It
her
is.
partner.
Yeah, really is. And so this month I have put in 1,425 stitches, but that's for other reasons too. So here is where it was, hopefully, or a section of it of where it was, and just my needle minder's in the middle of an archway, so we're just going to leave it there. Here is where it is. So I believe I have mostly, thanks Kristy, I'm not gonna knock anyone off their seat today. So I've just been working in this section. Oh, and now I'm dropping it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So I've just been working in this section. Yeah, that's all good. Oh, but that works. Thank you. So in that archway where the needle minders are hanging out in the middle is where I've been putting in all the stitches. So I've done those little bits down the bottom and these parts up here, filled in those little gaps. So I thought I would just do the outside and then I'll fill in the inside part. I've probably got in more stitches, and while it's all the way off the Q-snap, I may as well just do the here is it in its entirety. And I haven't come across yet, but I will. So the reason I've probably done more than the 500 stitches is Andrew at the Runner Stitcher is doing training for a marathon, and he started a stitchy game for the flosstube community, anyone who wants to participate, to stitch stitches to coincide with how many miles he runs. So if he runs 3 miles, you stitch 30 stitches on one particular project. So it's whip into shape. So you're focusing just on one whip to give it a few extra stitches. And I almost wanted to pull out one of my other whips from earlier in the year that I really love working on, but thought this could be a good idea to work on Saga a little bit more. And it's an easy stitch, given that it's only one colour thread to take places. And that's probably the reason I've put in more stitches. I haven't actually looked at his table that he's got in a document on one of his floss tubes, but I probably should to work out if I'm working along, but even if I don't, it doesn't matter. I'm just getting more progress in on this whip, and it's fun. I like Saga. Bingo. And I only have one more whip to show today. So, do you want to show yours?
I can.
Yeah, Kristy, and then I'll pull
I
mine
can,
out.
and I will,
can.
God damn
I
it.
shall. I will semi-cube,
I love us
derobe
so much.
Do we need the?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
No, you're stitching so dense you can't actually see
See
through it.
through it. Maybe not.
maybe just for this
Yeah.
section then.
Okay. Anyway.
Got it.
Still Autumn Queen, Heaven and Earth design by Bridget Ashwood.
Wild.
There we go. I'm
Wild
almost.
days.
I've got more 310. Then I'm nearly at this other side, and that will be the width complete. So yeah.
That's a milestone.
Yes, I am. I'm pretty pleased with how it's coming out. It's certainly. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
There's the back of it.
Yeah, it's
I
beautiful.
do like.
I
looking at
wanna
the back.
touch it.
So you're using 2 strands of DMC over 1 thread in
Yes,
the fabric.
on
You
20 count.
You
Yeah.
betcha.
So there we are.
And
Triple
there may or may not be stats, but there will have been a before picture and this is the after. So you know, we know that Kristy has done many stitches
Many.
since we last filmed.
I'm a mono stitcher, so it's one
Yeah.
pattern at a time for me.
Yeah.
Monogamous.
Monogamous.
stitcher.
Do,
Mono
do,
stitcher.
Monogamous.
do, 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 do.
I
Bingo.
googled fiddler's cloth.
What did
That's
come
a
up?
dangerous thing
Especially
to
made for
fiddle.
Sarah Ewan when she's working in the bush.
AI's just created the definition.
You know me,
Fiddler's
Sally.
cloth and Ada are both popular fabrics for cross stitch, but they have slight differences. Fiddler's cloth is more rustic,
This feels rusted.
has a
On my
homespun look
skin.
due to its slightly irregular weave, while Ada is known for its even spacing and smooth texture.
Consistency.
Fiddler's cloth is often made with a blend of cotton, polyester and linen, while Ada is 100% cotton. So there you are. I did not make up fiddler's cloth.
Well done,
you.
thank you.
Is it fiddler like
On the roof.
Like fiddling.
fiddler with like a violin?
Yeah. Well, it's spelt like that.
The mélange of the threads.
I was about to get really inappropriate, so
Let's
I
keep it a
filtered
little bit
myself.
in.
I filtered myself.
I'm almost.
Well done.
I'm almost.
Now I'm going to show some extremely tiny stitches because this was my new start that we talked about last time. Yeah. So this is Book Nook, remember? Or that's what we've shortened it to. So we showed last episode the Cozy Winter Book Nook, and this is what it will look like complete.
Yeah.
It was a new start on my WIP Go board, and I haven't made it to 1,000 stitches yet, which is what I was hoping to do. But turns out I need to stitch in the daytime.
That's
because
500 stitches.
It's 559 stitches.
This is
Wild.
bonkers.
So
This
We'll
woman is
show.
batshit crazy.
this is
Let it be-
25 count.
Let
Let it
the
be
jury
stated.
see.
She pays attention to detail.
She's a
Would
freak.
you like to?
That's
Let's get really close to the camera. Protect the drinks.
people
Thank
my
you.
mimosa.
Exhibit A.
Okay, in the semi-shade. So we've started in the top left-hand corner.
It's all you, babes. It's not us. We've
We-
not done anything.
I started in the top
Your
left-hand
multiple
corner on the
Stitches.
cozy winter book nook. I have 559 stitches in this little section. And they are teeny tiny stitches. I am using DMC thread 1/1 as called for on the pattern. It is gonna look beautiful when
It
it's
will be
finished.
amazing.
Already delicate and lovely and smooth
And
and
the colour's beautiful.
Yeah.
It
So
looks quite pearlescent almost.
when I started it and saw how teeny tiny it was, I had a few
Full
regrets. Because this is a massive piece. Like it is
It's a
it is a
commitment.
blanket
It's
that's
a commitment.
you know,
Yeah.
all held up together by the things. I'm just going to pass it off to Sally so she can see the teeny tiny stitches under her magnifying light. And so, it will look absolutely beautiful when it's finished.
Sure
But
will.
this is very likely a 10-year project because I
You
feel
guys
like
need to
there's
make
over...
a bet. You need to make a bet.
Oh, that's the only way it will get finished. I probably need to stop joining stitch alongs. Like, I probably can't keep doing each HAED stitch along every year because otherwise I'm going to want to just focus on that piece for that year and then also never finish any of
The
those.
ones from beforehand.
Yeah, because I've still got the Rainbow Dragon to work on again.
And
Fascinatingly, I look back on my stitching on the Rainbow Dragon, which was
That's
last year's
amazing.
HAED, and the Jelly World now, and I've almost surpassed the number of stitches that I put on the Rainbow Dragon all of last year.
You probably got quite faster, a lot quicker as well.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think my technique has improved, and just understanding how the Easy Grid fabric works as well makes a huge difference. Oh, and I remember I had a dilemma with this one because of how I started this, and I was almost going to frog it all.
It made me think of the bonsai question.
Oh. Explain to the people. I do not think we've had
No,
this
I
conversation,
don't think-
have we?
Not on camera.
I
Not
don't
on
think
camera.
we should share it with the world because I think it'll like show like our intelligence.
Okay,
No, it's relatable though, isn't
It
it?
is relatable.
yeah.
Relatable.
Riddle me this. Riddle her that.
Yeah.
So when are we riddling the bonsai or riddling the
Well,
easy
we
grid?
can do the easy grid maybe. That makes most sense. So what happened is we are a stitching channel and not a bonsai channel.
Sorry for all the bonsai people that tuned in.
If you really want that story,
Been waiting
please,
for bonsai content this whole
please
time.
drop the comments below that you really like that story, and we'll try to remember next time. But yeah, so what happened on this is I decided that my first square in the 10 by 10 grid was going to be below the grey line, that is the easy grid weave line, and on the grey line on the left hand side. Then when I went back to jellies, I realised that my first stitch is up one and in one, and that it's the top part is on the grey line, and then the first one misses the grey line and starts on a white. So it's detectable if you consistently stitch with easy grid fabric maybe, but this is only the third piece I've ever stitched on easy grid, and the first time I've stitched on 25 count. So it wasn't until I had stitched quite a few stitches that I realized my error of the difference between the last one to this one, and then I thought maybe I need to frog it all and start fresh. But I decided I didn't want to waste time doing that because the stitches are in the right place. They are just not on the easy grid fabric the same as my past pieces. And Sarah quite cleverly pointed out to me, it is very likely I'm going to be working on this project much longer than those other ones, that I can then, any future projects, I can model the way that I stitch the grids on this one to those future projects. So then
And
this will
with
become
that in
my
mind,
new
I
one.
did also say I would frog it.
Yeah. Yeah, you said that too, but I was being stubborn, and I'm like, no, I've already put in the stitches, and I will not remove them.
One finite life.
Exactly, and that would be another 500 odd stitches that I have to remove. And redo. No, thank you. It'll be fine. I will work it out. It's just brain gym, right? I just have to do the brain gym between the projects.
Your brain
She's
can do
just pushing off Alzheimer's one stitch riddle at a time.
Exactly, and gaining arthritis and carpal tunnel.
So we can't have nice things.
Occupational overuse syndrome, and it is fine.
Not to mention alcoholism.
A chin chin.
Functioning out.
Speaking of which, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Mimosa.
yes, yes, yes. There we
Cheers.
are. There we are, darlings. Yeah.
Yes, cheers, cheers.
Beautiful glasses, by the way.
Yeah, beautiful glasses.
We are stitching from a beautiful place, house sitting for a friend of mine. We are stitching in what can only be described as a haven in the bush.
Yeah.
With treasures and crystals and vibes.
Native bush.
And I think these guys are going to move in.
Did we mention the bush?
Yeah.
There's some background jazz as well
There is
happening right now,
background jazz.
which is quite beautiful.
Very sophisticated.
Yeah, very nice. There's an owl that tells you when people are on the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes at 4 a.m. when they're not actually
Yeah,
there.
after a storm. It's a really good feeling.
Yeah, so great.
After reading at least one thriller that week based on a murder in a cabin
In the bush.
in the bush.
And Amazing.
Bingo, bush
Nothing
bingo.
like that. Nothing like that to keep you on edge. Sally, would you like us to show what you're working on in your Mitchery? Because I know Sarah is at point of refusing
Pretending
to deal
that
with
it exists.
refusing to work on the tacking. I'm up to still the second spot of the sampler, which I was intending on stitching on today. And you have done many of the spots.
Wow!
It is
Wow!
beautiful.
Look how delicate that is.
So
Holy
this
That's
is 32.
32 count.
So this is 32
Fuck
count
me.
linen. And let me show it to the viewers. So we have got, in the shade a little bit because it's bright, the white on white. So we've got down here, this is black work pieces, and this one up here is a combination of different stitches. And then Sally's working on this beautiful piece right now. And leaf stitch. Over here there is some rice stitch. That little hexy beauty. And a little bit of cross stitch in there too. Hey, so the woven border is cross stitch, and the verticals, like the little panel here, is rice stitch. So this is just over more threads, is it, compared to that
It's
little
over
one?
4, the other one's over 2.
Yeah, so 4 and over 2. So it's just a little bit more dense than the little hexy guys. And there will be more beautiful like lace work that's going to come in next, and beginning of June another section of the pattern gets released. So it's all a fundraiser for the national conference. Yeah, so Sarah, Sally and I are doing it in various states of starting
Do you know
to
what's funny?
completion.
Here's what's funny. You'll like this, Kristy. Nancy might not. When you told me about the Mitchery first,
Oh yeah.
and you were showing us how you'd signed up to do it last year but not finished it,
Yeah.
I was like, how can you not finish something you sign up for?
Oh.
In my head, I was like,
Can you commit
I
to
was
something
like,
and
come
not
on,
follow
babes.
through?
Now you know Nancy a lot better.
Well, and we're ultimately the
I
same
haven't
person.
even stopped tagging. I finished tagging it, and people are on like their 5th spot, and I'm like, well, fuck, it's
Well,
not going to happen now.
8th spot.
8th spot, oh for fuck's sake.
Ship sailed.
I'm on spot 2,
I knew
so you're
you'd
not
love
too
that
far
story.
behind me.
No, some people have just started.
Yeah,
So
same.
there are new members coming on.
The problem is,
all the
let
time.
me shift the blame, that I finished a project and then immediately found another project.
Yes.
And then I have a feeling that after I finish this project, I'm going to find an orca.
Oh yeah, we've maybe already got that lined up. Don't
Yeah,
we?
so
The first little
Anyway.
full coverage piece.
Have you actually, so you've signed up for something, but have you really signed up for it until you start it? You haven't started it.
well, I haven't started the
it's like the bonsai.
stitching.
It's like the bonsai.
Good
That's
question.
true. That's true. I haven't started the stitching. I've done the
Ultimately, it's a
tacking.
fundraiser, so maybe you've just donated to the cause.
You're welcome.
And the stitching will happen on other things. Ultimately, life is short and we should stitch on the things that bring us joy.
It's true.
So if
True. Thank you very much.
if the Mitchery is not bringing joy,
Don't
I don't
think
even
it
know
is.
if it's bringing joy or
Hasn't
not, do
started.
I?
you know, like there's still many months before conference or
I
anything
feel like
like
that's
that.
a great
It's next
lesson
year.
that the minute you go to like,
310. I'm looking for my 310.
oh, it was under here.
There you go.
I was hiding a 310 in
Thank you,
the
Si.
lady garden.
Anything could get lost in there.
Rude.
I will keep my PC right now. I'm going to do my best to be PC.
Oh, I was going to say something too, and I was like, oh, is that too far? Am I taking it
Well,
too far?
Sorry, we'll behave ourselves. Look, we're almost up to a half hour, so hopefully if you've tuned in and enjoyed our stitching, you yeah, if you feel like you want to comment or like, subscribe, those beautiful things. I guess our plans over the coming wee while is just to keep stitching.
I might even give the Mitchery a go. Who knows?
Ooh.
Could get wild up in here in the bush by
I
myself.
wonder what would happen if we get you something.
Ooh.
Like,
See, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, I don't have that.
You don't have
I'm
that drive?
stubborn, but
Oh.
I don't have that I'm going to prove you wrong
No.
drive.
Oh, okay, that's just me.
Well,
No,
I think
it's
it's
not
you
just
and your
you.
partner.
It's
the
the
dynamic.
Very
Yeah.
good.
No, I
Combined balance.
I just got addicted to this lady garden of mine, so to speak. And once I started, I could not
You
stop.
could not stop.
Which, you know, a few people in the past have found also. No one recently.
Very good. So we'll wrap up here, team.
Is that 9 bush jokes?
I mean,
Is it a
we're
record?
pushing a dozen, I would say. We will carry on stitching. We will show you what progress we make. I may or may not have a new start. Sarah may or may not have a new start. Kristy will carry on being monogamous.
I will reach the edge.
Monogamous. She's going to get to the edge.
You give a plug for your exhibition because you didn't say the date.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, Sally would like us to plug the exhibition. So, Whakatane Embroiderers Guild's exhibition is happening over Matariki weekend in Whakatane. That is
The 21st, not the 28th.
Yes.
It was last year's Matariki, Sarah.
So we
I learned
open
that
on
the
the
hard
Friday, I think it's the 20th, the 21st and the 22nd. Friday and Saturday, the exhibition's open from 10 till 4 and Sunday from 10 till 2. It's at the Art House in Whakatane. Gold coin entry, and there is cash sales for D-Stash,
Needle
raffles.
holders?
Yeah, some beautiful little handcrafted
Make
things
them.
by our
Oh shit,
guild
I was
members.
supposed to make needle holders, eh?
Yeah, we
Except
were
for
all
that.
meant
We
to.
were
Yeah,
too.
we still haven't.
I
We're,
can.
okay,
I'm
we
making
might.
needle holders.
There we
So
go.
our future holds making needle holders. The real challenge is going to be whether you and I get our projects backed. And
Well, yes, we
framed or
have to do
hooked,
that,
'cause
and
I have
that's
to get
actually
my
before
aquarium
then.
finished. Yeah.
We have to do that before
it's finished,
King's,
but it's
end
not
of King's
done.
birthday weekend. So that's
Yeah.
only like 2-3 weekends. 2 weekends away.
Yes,
submit our pieces.
week.
I didn't realise that.
So I have 3 things to
All right,
frame
the
in that
lady
time.
garden is
On pause.
on pause.
Yeah. So
Not-
yeah,
but
we'll
not today.
probably have a
Not today.
wash and framing session
this
at some
weekend.
point. Yeah, so that is the details of our exhibition. If you're in our area or nearby and want to come travel and visit, I'm sure you might spot one of us at various times manning the door or the sales raffle table. And
If you
just
want
come-
my OnlyFans account, let me know.
and just come check out some beautiful stitching. I think that's all from us. Now we've
We're
been saying
more
goodbye.
like this in real life, by the way.
Yeah.
So come and meet us in real life.
Yeah, we're not too far from the truth right now.
Mm.
And now we've been saying goodbye for at least the last 5 minutes.
So
So
now we're going to walk to the car together and then say goodbye at the edge of the cars as well. Have a real awkward social interaction.
Sarah might reach over and press the stop button.
Or
But
I
for
might knock
now-
the phone off.
Oh, maybe that too. Happy stitching. Keep well in this crazy, crazy world.
Au revoir.
Peace out.